The only thing prošek and prosecco wines have in common is the admittedly similar name, as they differ in almost all their organoleptic qualities and characteristics. Still, the Italians adopted a very harsh stance against the granting of traditional term status to Croatian sweet wine, as its name evokes the Italian bubbly spumante. So, what's all the fuss about? The prosecco versus prošek issue is not much known outside of Italy, where it made the front page of newspapers. And recently, Italian MEPs even pushed for a parliamentary hearing on the topic, while Italy's agriculture minister Stefano Patuanelli called a press conference saying that prošek represents an enormous risk that Italy is running in general as a country. So let's start with the differences. Prosecco is the iconic Italian sparkling or semi-sparkling wine produced in the hills between the towns of Conegliano and Valdobbiadene, while prošek is produced in the southern area of Dalmatia, and it is made using dried wine grapes in the passito method. It's basically a dessert wine. So put it this way, you didn't need a sommelier to understand they belong to two different wine families. They only share a very similar name. In 2013, Croatia submitted an application for protecting its local wine, but at the time all requests were put on hold and taken up again in 2019. So the Commission is now starting to process pending files, including the prošek one. Croatian request has always been legally problematic due to the Protected Designation of Origin, or PDO, which is the protection granted to Italy's Prosecco, which explains why the term prošek was not part of Zagreb's accession treaty when Croatia joined the EU. So, contrary to what has been reported in the press, the Croatian application is for protecting the traditional term, which is used to convey some information to consumers about a certain description or product characteristics, like towards Tony and Ruby used for Porto wines, or Vin de Pays or Grand Cru for French wines. However, traditional terms is a mild form of protection, which is not part of the EU's geographical indication framework, which is the one that guarantees extremely high protection for European foodstuff. Just to give you a taste of how powerful this protection is, in a landmark ruling in 2019, the EU's top court stated as unlawful the use of the literary character Don Quixote de la Mancha for the promotion of a certain cheese, as it evoked the geographical area with which the PDO Manchego cheese is associated. And there is also a precedent involving Italy with the Tokai wine from Italy's region Friuli, whose name was banned due to its excessive similarity to the well-known Hungarian Tokai, another PDO wine. So at what point of the process are we? The Commission is now examining the objections to the Croatian application made by the interest parties, including the Italian government and the Association of Prosecco Producers. And the Commission will take a final decision on the basis of all available information. But what to expect as an outcome? Well, Croatian winemakers have so far extended an olive branch showing willingness to compromise by asking to add the adjective Dalmatian to the term prošek in order to further emphasize the difference from Italian Prosecco. At the same time, it is very unlikely that Italy is not going to win this one, and not only just because after the Eurovision and the Euros it's difficult to win something against Italy in this stellar 2021, but also because the Commission would probably not risk putting in danger the whole GI system, which is one of the EU's strongest assets, by limiting the protection to Prosecco and not recognizing the evocation aspect in the present case. However, it is still possible that the Commission decides to back Croatia's stance, saying that consumers cannot be confused by the very similar names as they are two different products. Let's see if there will be a compromise between the two countries and the Commission in the end. In our opinion, they're both delicious and we're gonna enjoy them with the rest of the newsroom once the video is over. Cheers!